Hello and welcome to a Star Citizen CitizenCon Overview and Highlights Special. I was lucky enough to attend CitizenCon on Saturday the 10th of October in Manchester. A great lot of content was shown and made available to us, so today, while I'm recovering, I thought I'd give you an overview of the highlights of CitizenCon, what we got, the official live stream stuff, as well as a more recollection of my own personal kind of feelings on the evening as well, because it was pretty awesome and pretty damn fun. So what was released at CitizenCon? What's in our hands now and what can we have a look at to see how cool it is? Well, firstly, we've got the CitizenCon Code. I advise everyone to add the CitizenCon Code, which I'll put up on the screen. It's CitizenConFlight2K15. Add that code to your account. You just have to go to promotions, CitizenCon2K15. On the Robert Space Industries website, and that will give any account, old or new, access to the game and all of the ships. That's including the Glaive, that's including the Scythe, all those flyable ships until the 25th of October. If you have friends that wanted to play the game but haven't bought it yet, or you wanted to show it off to some people, now is the time to do it. There's also a referral system that's been added. Basically, when you create a new account, you can put in a referral code. I'll put mine up on the screen so people can use me as a referrer if they want. That account that's used that code then gets 5,000 UEC, so they get a little bonus for using a referral code. But the referrer gets basically points on their account, which allows them to get some free stuff, starting from like a free weapon and going up to some more exclusive items like golden, little golden ships for your cabinet in game. The Sabre went on concept sale. It's basically a ninja Super Hornet. It's designed to fight toe-to-toe with the Super Hornet, but it's a bit faster and stealthier. It's available on concept sale, so that's with lifetime insurance, for $170 until October the 19th. And any prices that I mentioned throughout this will be excluding taxes. The Sabre has been designed to make use of systems already in place in Arena Commander. This is going to allow it to come online a lot faster than any other ship would normally be able to, because it doesn't require any new game mechanics. So it's going to be flyable a lot quicker. We're going to have it in our hangars and it's going to be flyable very soon. It has the potential to mount 4 fixed size 3 weapons, so it could be rather powerful as a sniping ninja ship. There's also a military concept sale on as well. A selection of military ships, some limited, are available with 3 years insurance until the 19th of October too. So this is the Gladius, the Super Hornet, the Gladiator, the Starfarer Gemini, the Vanguard Warden, which is the standard Vanguard, and the Retaliator Bomber. So that's the Retaliator with 2 bomb bays. There's also an Armada fleet pack that's on sale for 48 hours after the CitizenCon livestream. It contains an Idris P and a load of the other ships. The new CCU system is online, so that's cross-chassis upgrades, and it will allow you to upgrade your ship much more easily in fact, from whatever ship you have. So if you have a Merlin or an Aurora, you can upgrade that to any ship that is currently on sale, whether it's a limited sale or just a standard ship, whatever. And you just go to the website, you literally select in the left your ship that you have in your account that you want to upgrade from, and then on the right, the ship you want to upgrade to, and it will work out the difference you need to spend. This is for people that want to keep lifetime insurance on their ships, or any other various things on their account, like they might have little perks or bonuses like advocacy tools or something like that. The Squadron 42 area of the RSI website is now online as well, and that contains the cast list for Squadron 42 that was revealed at CitizenCon, as well as a variety of other SQ42 media. So you can see the Squadron 42 Gary Oldman speech and like intro to Squadron 42, which is pretty damn awesome, and we'll talk a little bit about in a minute. The Arc Star map is also live to play with. This is a web-based universe map with a load of filters, information, demographics, lots of stuff going on with this, and we'll have to do a separate video for that. But anyone has access to that has an account on the RSI website, and it's worth playing with. It's pretty cool. We also got to see a tour of the inside of an Idris. So this was a scene from inside Squadron 42, where you basically take a tour or partial tour of the Idris if you want to, if you make that choice. It was pretty cool. We got to see how big the Idris was. They did go around like a windy route for the tour, but the Idris is absolutely massive. That video is so worth watching. All of this that I'm mentioning is worth watching, but that is really, really something special, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Patch 1.3, which should be available at the very least on the test servers this week, comes with a host of new features. It comes with new size 4 weapons, or weapon in the form of a ballistic cannon, and a size 2 mass driver. So the Super Hornet and Cutlass will be able to purchase or rent mounts for size 4 weapons. The patch 1.3 also comes with a host of improvements. This is all of the framework. This is some amazing important stuff for Star Citizen. Comes with loads of balance changes, additions to the social module, improved lighting for a couple of the hangars, the Southland and the Reverend York, and Grey Cat buggies in ARC-Corp. You're going to be able to drive around, kill yourself, kill other people with buggies. It might be a bit hectic, but it's going to be great. This patch is the building blocks for the rest of the Baby PU and Star Citizen and pretty much everything. We saw a video on the Baby PU, which is now called Star Citizen Alpha 2.0. This video, again, is a must-watch. We will be getting Star Citizen Alpha 2.0 soon. But first, the 1.3 patch needs to come out. And this sets all of the necessities and framework in place for speedy updates and for this kind of patch to go live very quickly after 1.3 is released. So 2.0, Star Citizen Alpha 2.0 is going to have multi-crew constellations and retaliators in its first drop. It's going to have missions, points of interest, lots of exploration. It's going to be absolutely a mass amount of fun, and it really gives us a taste for what we've got in store for the Star Citizen persistent universe when it's fully released. And we got to see a few other bits and bobs as well. We saw the concept stuff for the Million Mile High Club, which is going to be available to people that have access to that soon. Basically, it's only available to a few earlier backers that spent a lot of money on the game, but they can invite other members there. So they can invite corporations there, they can invite individual players, and you can walk around in luxury. We also got to see the latest mock-up of the mid-range Star Citizen brand HOTAS, as well as other Mad Cats and Sci-Tech products in their range. They look really robust, modular and interactive, though we'll have to wait and see how that all comes together. There's not enough information there at the moment to make any judgment whether they're going to be good or not for Star Citizen, for other games as well. We'll have to wait and see. We also got to see some pretty amazing stuff with facial animation, pupil dilation technology, and just general cry engine stuff. This Star Engine, as it's been unofficially deemed, was a major highlight for me, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. We also got some swag for people that actually attended the event. You got a couple of pieces of digital flair, but we also got physical, a little pin, cool little pin you can put on yourself, a model of a Star Marine, and a sticker for Squadron 42, and a Squadron 42 bag as well, just little things. We also got a limited edition poster, which was pretty cool. They've only made 1,000 of these, and that combined with that being able to get everyone from CIG to sign them was pretty cool. All of the staff stay around, meeting and greeting well into the night as well. That was a major perk of anyone that attended, and there was loads of t-shirts swag-wise. So we got some from INN, Caged Geek was giving some out, Aurora Bros ones. We had Star Citizen UK ones going out, and Trazion doing his as well. I really like free stuff. So, as I was actually there, I thought I'd give you my day's highlights for CitizenCon and the presentation. So, a lot of us had been drinking throughout the day in a pub called The Romper in the city of Manchester, and Manchester was pretty much overrun by Star Citizens. It was an amazing atmosphere, and everyone was incredibly friendly. Me and Captain Flint got dressed up in our cosplay. I was dressed up as a light outlaw, but had opted for the 2 seconds when your game hasn't quite loaded in, the textures kind of look. So you look at someone at a glance and they're like a big splodgy colours, like a Minecraft light outlaw. We were all sat down in a large Concorde hangar with a plane overhead waiting for this presentation. And after what felt like forever, the lights dimmed, Sandy walked out, and the presentation was about to begin. Sandy read out a heartfelt speech about her love of the game and the role that she's had to play with it and the community and the crowdfunding. I think a lot of us felt like she was possibly considering stepping down there. It felt like it was a, I've had enough stress or enough trolling. But fortunately, it was just a passionate speech. I love Sandy. I got to meet her after the presentation, which made me realise just how amazing she is as a role model for women that want to get into the gaming industry. I think she's amazing, a superb person. She clearly thought my attempt at cosplay was hilarious though, and she was actively seeking out and talking to fans, and it was really great to see her love for the community. After that, Chris started by taking us through a timeline of Star Citizen's development up until now. The project has grown huge from its humble beginnings, and it's great to see where it's all come from. There were a great many videos and live playthroughs of various different modules and bits and bobs of their latest stuff and what they've been working on. We've got to see the baby PU, or Star Citizen Alpha 2.0 as it is now known. The players in a constellation flew from stations to a comm relay, killed some pirates, EVA'd over to the comm relay and then activated it. This gave them coordinates to visit other locations, but basically it was showing that there's loads of missions and things to do in the baby PU in multiplayer, and it looked pretty damn awesome. We also got to see Squadron 42's intro, basically Gary Oldman's character, Admiral Bishop, rousing the UEE into war with the Vandal. This was pretty damn beautiful, and you should go and watch that now before continuing this video. Another highlight was showing off a lot of technology behind the face rigs and lots of the stuff they've done to the CryEngine. The facial animations and performances are second to none graphically. They have improved up on the CryEngine so much. It's just, look at Gary's face. But also, what made me audibly gasp during the event, and I don't think I've ever done that before, was this dynamic pupil dilation on the faces. So the more light that's in a character's eyes, or they're exposed to, the smaller or larger their pupils become. I couldn't believe that. It was beautiful. We got to see the interior of an Idris as well, which is massive. It was basically one of the first player scenes or introductions from Squadron 42, where you arrive in a hangar from some sort of small logistical ship, which I'm sure people would want to buy. There'll probably be a concern thread about it saying, why can't we buy this little ship? And then are greeted by the in-game characters and given a tour of an Idris if they want to. And in this case, they did want to, because they wanted to show it off. It was pretty impressive, and even though there were a couple of minor collision and audio bug syncs, which were actually quite humorous, the Idris is a massive sprawling ship, and we haven't even seen all of it yet. We didn't see the bridge. I don't think we saw the full extent of the engine rooms. Though I would say this has actually made me not want to buy an Idris or own an Idris. Definitely not at first anyway. Just because of the vastness of the ship. It's going to be a real effort to fly effectively. And if you want one, then I suggest it needs a large corp or a large group of organised players. And I think I'd rather crew one than actually own and captain one. Too much pressure, man. One of the other things that was incredibly impressive was the release of the interactive star map. So I couldn't believe that the Arc Star map was web-based. It's accessible now for all Star Citizens from the RSI website. And you can see a cross-section of the universe. You can get to see how it's all linked together. Variety of demographics. It's really beautiful. And I'll have to do some videos solely on that star map in the near future. So I'll have to go over a lot of this stuff in more detail when I'm not dying. But I did get to meet some people there as well. Ortwin was a really nice dude. He gives off very much a vibe of, wow, I didn't realise this project was going to attract so many fans, and they all love it. He was really enthusiastic and just very nice to talk to. Aaron bought us drinks at the bar, so he gets a lot of love. He furnished us with some release dates and some mechanics that I wasn't aware of. We might be able to talk about that in a later video. He's a genius too and complements Chris so well. Chris will be dreaming something and has the vision and tries to keep the vision on track, whereas Aaron reins this vision in and makes it into a reality. He has an incredibly good working knowledge of how the mechanics are supposed to interact correctly. And I'll tell you this, with a lot of the mechanics, ships and gameplay, they are a lot further ahead than I realised. Chris was surrounded by people for hours and hours and hours in like a never-ending queue. We stayed until around 2 AM in the morning, until there was only like half a dozen of us left, and had Chris sign some of our stuff and talk to him for a while. He really makes an effort to talk to each individual fan, and you can tell he is so happy to be making this game, and he has so much knowledge about how he wants to do it and for the future, and it's just got it all in his brain, and just it's just impressive. We talked for a while, had a few jokes, and he signed my canvas, "I'll be watching you, BoredGamer." I was a bit smitten by meeting the man. Yeah, I'm so glad that I went. And just meeting people at the event itself, I got to meet so many YouTubers, streamers, fans, people that have put loads of money into the game, people that have put very little, but they're all drawn together by the fandom for this game that now we all want. Loads of people asked to take their photo with me or shake my hand. And sometimes they were a fan of my channel, some because I was in silly cosplay, but it was great. I felt like a mini celebrity. CitizenCon, the drama, and the journey to this point has really shown that the Star Citizen community is filled with enthusiasm and quite a lot of love. I'm so happy that I went. It was so amazing to be there, and thank you loads to everyone that made it to CitizenCon, everyone that watched the streams, and anyone that watches my stuff on my channel, and all the citizens just for attending. I'll be doing a ship buyers guide for the Sabre, videos on Squadron 42, Star Citizen Alpha 2.0, the Idris, the Star Map, the footage of the actual CitizenCon that we took, because we've got loads of footage that I haven't been able to look through at the moment. We're correlating it still. There's loads of photos with me in my derpy cosplay that you'll get to see during the week too. CitizenCon was awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the verse, and if you've got any friends that desperately want to play Star Citizen, or you want to convince, or you haven't tried it yourself, or you're trolling Star Citizen but have never played, then at least grab that CitizenCon code and try it out for yourself, so at least you're more informed. Thanks, guys.